First we can go the hot water system. That's the one you've been having the issues with. This load up. Okay, so what I had found is what was keeping your hot water system turned off was this heat request and heat request set point. So this heat request is essentially saying how many zones in the building require heat. This was originally set for 10 zones requiring heat, so you have to have almost half of your building, little under half of your building to be freezing before it'll ever kick on your boiler. And then you're kind of fighting against it. So if you ever come in and your boiler's off and the building's cold, you want to check this heat request and make sure that that is above this heat request set point.
So how do you determine the heat request, that 8?
Yes, that 8, as long as that's greater than this 3, that should have your boiler system on.
Yes, but what's the criteria to decide 8?
The criteria to decide, that's how many zones. I'm going to show you the logic, but it's not going to...
So if that's something that we don't touch, I don't
Yeah,
need to
something
know.
that the set point is the only thing that you'll need to touch.
Okay.
Because there's some, it's looking at the zone state and then comparing it to a defined state.
Okay.
And then that says, so we have 7 in this block and we have 1 in this block, and that's how we get that 8.
Okay.
So if we were look, so this is a zone state of VAV 1-1. We go over here. The zone state of VAV 1-1 says box heating.
Okay.
So essentially it's just saying this one's calling for heat, and then it kind of tallies up how many you're calling for heat, and then it'll turn on your boiler. Because if you only had one room that was slightly cold, turning on your boiler to heat up one room is kind of wasteful on energy.
Okay.
That's why they have that for energy savings. If you wanted your boiler to run all the time, dependent or regardless of heat demand, you could take that set point to 0, for instance.
Okay.
And your boiler would always stay running.
Okay. No, it makes sense. Depending on the demand.
Yes, exactly. So
what was the heat request when you came in?
the heat request was 7 when I came in, but the set point was for 10, which is a little high. You don't have that many zones. So you have
So
12.
we're telling the system, the heater, to kick in when that request got from 10 rooms. Basically,
Yes.
is that what I meant?
Essentially, yep.
Okay.
And you only have 19 rooms, so you had to have over half of your building freezing before it would ever turn on your hot water system.
So
And
that makes me question, how did that get to 10?
that was probably set up higher during the summer, I would guess. I could
Oh, okay.
see how far back, but I don't think you guys have.
3 months ago. That was early August. Actually, September 9.
Yeah, no, everything's been
August 23rd.
been cleared out. Yes, that ain't gonna help us. But yeah, it was something more than likely that was done during the summer.
Okay. So that needs to be changed when the season changes, basically.
I don't think it should have to be changed.
You should be fine with it as long as you find a good set point. I can't say, I'm just kind of speculating because this is my first time with my hands on the system, and I know you guys are relatively new to it also, so it's kind of just speculation at this point. Somebody could have just been here playing with stuff.
Okay.
10 seems high to me though.
Okay.
10 rooms out of 19 rooms. So I'm thinking 3, maybe 5. And that's something that, like, I can set it a good baseline here, but as you guys now that you guys know what the set point does, you'll have to kind of feel it out. And once again, it's all determined by how much energy savings you really want.
Okay.
And
the other thing, let me ask one about
course.
system enable. That says true.
Yes.
You remember last time it was we overrode it.
Yes.
When I talked to you over the phone. So is that okay now?
Yeah. So I released that override. I didn't have a full understanding of the way that this logic that I'd shown you with all those lines ran. So they actually were turning the system enable, which only is interlocked with the pumps, and the boiler enable on based off of this set point. So now that we got this set point figured out, it's automatically turning the system enable on and the boiler enable and pump enabled. Everything's running in auto now, so you shouldn't have to worry about overrides or anything.
Perfect.
So, now one thing we did find is that we just remedied on air handler 2. Actually, here, let me go to the graphics. That's what you guys use. Okay,
That's
so one thing we
air
found on air handler number 2 that is now currently happening on number 1 is we have a command on for our fans
Yeah.
and our status is off. See, normally these would be spinning green and have an output and have some pressure and all that. So when your alarm comes up, see if it'll show me. Because I saw the alarm trigger, it actually tells you to check the high pressure switch or the freeze switch and the VFD. So that high pressure switch, that was the black button that we reset on air handler 2.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure which one has tripped for number 1 just now, but we do want to go out and reset that also. So if you ever come in and your commands are on and your supply fan statuses are off, you'll want to go out to the units and check those switches, which I'll show you two where they're at.
Okay.
I showed him a minute ago. They're both right by the supply fan. And so far, that's about everything that I found in your system that's a little wonky. Chilled water system looks like it's been running good. There's circulating nothing.
So the temperature in here is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that the hot
Was it
water's on.
was it like that before you came in?
Usually it was 68 earlier, remember?
Yep.
When I showed you it was 68.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want it 75. Oh, one thing.
Oh yeah, we can
I don't-
turn that down now that 72.
And the other thing is, like I told you last time.
Oh yes, the
other
airflow.
Yeah. So either I want to shut completely down this one, or maybe I don't know, just a little bit open.
Let's see. So that's one of the cool things about these VAVs is they modulate both the airflow and the hot water output. So we can kind of tune this. So I'm gonna want to take a look at your unit, like actually pop up and take a look, because it says your damper is 100% open,
Yes.
and we're not reading airflow. But obviously you're getting some airflow, or we wouldn't be warming up in here.
Actually,
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, there's. If
no,
it is,
it was
it's very
quiet
minimal.
before we opened it. It was quiet. Now, no, I don't hear it. But usually, I hear it like.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
just have
hear
to
it.
take a look at the unit and see maybe if the dampers slip in or. Is that gonna? Yeah, no change in flow. That's fine. I'll run and grab my ladder out and pop my head in the ceiling real quick. Because
We
we
have
what he was
ladder
talking
in
about with
here?
airflow.
Aaron,
Yeah, we do.
we do.
He's going to the roof.
No,
Oh,
no, I
no,
just
no,
gotta
full
pop in.
Oh
that
yeah,
ceiling
yeah,
tile
yeah.
right
We
there.
have a ladder.
Okay.
But before we do that, can we go back out and show me what
Oh.
he did before out there? Because I don't need to record this.
Yeah, let's pop out to air handler 1 and get that done. I can't believe I just fixed that. That's why we don't have the airflow in this room right now.
What's
It's
that?
the air
Oh,
handler.
because of the.
Yeah. Silly.
Our ladder reaches this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to bring a ladder.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, here is my ladder.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So was your weekend, Aaron?
It was great. Great and busy. We fed the homeless Saturday, went to church Sunday. Yeah, took the kids to the park. They had a great time. Cost me a bunch of money, and glad to be back at work after that.
Alright,
That's what I thought.
we know who to blame.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Is that
So that's okay.
I'm looking for the reset. I don't know if you noticed that.
I think on the other side there. Yeah.
Okay. Get them doing
I cleaned the window for you so you can look in there too.
So, see on the far side to the left of the door, the
Yep.
black button right there, that's
Yep.
going to be your high pressure
Okay.
reset. And then over there, which is kind of hard to see, against the coil here on the right side of the door, that is your low temp reset. So if,
Okay,
if
right
it
there
ever
at the top.
feels-
I see it perfectly.
Yeah, if it ever feels freezing air coming in, it'll shut the air handler down. And if, say, a fire smoke damper or something in the building closes, that pressure switch will keep the fan from running, and popping ductwork or anything. So I think that's all we need out here, other than if both of those are reset
Yeah. I'll
and
go
it's
ahead.
still not running, then there's the CFD that we want to check.
And where's that at?
Turn the power on.
That'll be right here. This is the supply side, this is the return side. And you just want to make sure that these are in auto.
Oh, okay. So just hit the auto button.
Yep.
Okay.
And if it's it may have like an alarm or something on here. There's the reset key right here, and then you should be able to hit auto again. If it trips out again, then obviously there's something
Yeah.
dangerous and wrong with
Make
it,
the
so
call.
Make a call. Exactly.
Gotcha.
Right
Beautiful.
on. Thank you much.
Okay.
Thanks
I
a
guess, Paul,
bunch.
I got you guys here. These bearings in here, I just wiped them clean, but we're losing the seal here pretty good, so it's a good idea to change these bearings out. We got two over here. These two are pretty bad.